Hey there, survivors, how's it going? I'm your host, Douglas from Drumway Productions, bringing you another Trick or Treat Studios mask review. And today we're going to be continuing our journey, taking a look at many different Trick or Treat Studios masks and products this Halloween season by taking a look at another terrifyingly gruesome Texas Chainsaw Massacre mask. As I've said in a majority of these reviews, we've taken a look at almost every single one of the Leatherface masks that is offered by Trick or Treat Studios at this point in time. Actually, I think after this video, the only one we've not taken a look at is the Grandma mask, and oddly enough is one of the only Leatherface masks I've never owned or even seen in person. Genuinely thinking back on it, I can't think of any I've seen for sale in any mom and pop shops or even Spirit Halloween. But regardless, we're not here to talk about the Grandma mask, we have something entirely different planned. So go ahead and fix yourself a big bowl of chili, and let's go ahead and dive right in. Today, I'm excited to announce that we're taking a look at the Leatherface mask from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022. Now, as far as the film is concerned, it is certainly pretty divisive. It has a lot of flaws, it has a lot of issues, and one thing that I've also just still been back and forth on is how much I like Leatherface's look. Personally, you don't see Leatherface wearing freshly skinned faces too often. Not to say it has not happened in the franchise before, we see it in the remake a few different times, it certainly does happen. But this is the most freshly skinned face, maybe other than Kemper. Kemper's is right off of his face, and this one is pretty much right off of a body as well. And it coming right off of a body is one of the reasons why I'm so back and forth on how much I like it. For a Leatherface mask, I typically think of two things. For one, flesh, human flesh or otherwise, and two, stitching. The stitching has always been one of the most iconic things about Leatherface's look, and there aren't too many masks that he's ever sported that did not have stitching, and whenever he does, it looks a little bit off. Now, to critique his look in the film, I'm going to be pretty much critiquing this mask directly because these, I do believe, are made off of the screen-used mask, which is something we do not get too often with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre franchise, so this is a pretty special piece. Now, regardless of how I view it as a Leatherface mask, the sculpture for this mask is phenomenal. I think it's really creepy, it has a lot of emotion to it, mostly looking sad, but also just all of the different movement and the weight in it because of how it's sculpted, all these different wrinkles and stuff, is really, really well done. Truly an exceptional sculpture all the way around. I'm a huge fan of this look. Like I said, as a Leatherface look specifically, I tend to go for the more modified pieces that looks like he was having some fun creating a piece of artwork versus something that was just freshly skinned off of someone's face and then him throwing that on. But this is one of them that I can excuse, and it does kind of fit in the story of the film if you watch it. Now, whether you feel positively or negatively about how he acquires the face, that's up to you, but again, we're here to talk about the aesthetic of the mask itself. Now, as far as the paintwork, this mask in particular is not going to be the best example, but it's still a pretty darn good example, and I'll explain. This mask has some paint wearing off in a few different places and also has gotten a little bit dirty from me using it pretty heavily this season. Here at the Lucky Rabbit, we built a few different exhibits, including Jason's shack, Michael's house, and Leatherface's hallway leading to his work table. And one of the things that I have as a pretty fun gag is this face. Because not only is it a Leatherface mask, but it is just a pretty awesome looking skinned face prop. And this mask has been one of the things I've been using as a little visual gag whenever I'm at Leatherface's workstation. There's a few different things I do, but one of them is of course just kind of like holding up the skinned face, looking at it, putting it on, that whole gag, and people really like that. So even if you didn't want this specifically for a Leatherface mask in your collection, if you're just looking for a great skinned face prop, this is honestly probably the only thing out there I would strongly recommend. This thing looks really creepy, and right off the shelf, the paintwork is pretty fantastic. Yet again, this one's gotten a little bit dirty and has some paint missing in some areas, like on the ear here, from a lot of use this season, but overall, not too terrible of a paint job directly from the factory. It does look to be mostly one flat flesh tone, and then a lot of different like perma blood, fake blood all over this thing to make it look nice, gruesome, and fresh and bloody. And if you look on the inside, it is cast in a dark red latex, or it's at least painted dark red on the inside. I think it's cast that color. But yeah, it looks really, really nice with that little added detail if you do want it as a skinned face. And of course here you can see what we have for straps. A simple elastic band stitched directly into the mask. So yeah, sculpture wise, I'm pretty certain this is made directly off of the one used in the film, so you can't really get much closer than that. And then paint wise, it's a little flat flesh tone, but it honestly looks fantastic. That's just me being overly crucial if you wanted more added depth. And then for the straps, having a nice elastic strap like that stitched in is always great. With it being stitched in, much less likely to come loose from the mask. And of course, with a simple elastic strap and pretty much just a face mask here, it's going to be very comfortable to wear. And of course, we always mention the visibility and how well you can breathe out of this thing. The nose holes are pretty large nostrils, the mouth pretty wide open, the eyes are pretty large as well, so you should have no problems seeing out of this thing, you know, breathing, eating food even, and comfort-wise should be very comfortable, and because it's a face mask, pretty much one size fits all. And now we've reached the point in the video where I read you the excerpt directly from the Trick or Treat Studios website. It says the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022 Leatherface Mask. $49.99, which is a pretty great price, obviously a little bit cheaper than your standard deluxe latex mask. And then sculpted by Martin Astles, I hope I said that right. From the 2022 Texas Chainsaw Massacre reboot released on Netflix comes this incredible Leatherface mask. This mask is unique, featuring realistic blood, an elastic strap, and a loop to go around your ear. Developed directly from the film's original artist, this mask is cast in red latex to give extra gruesome realness. Fantastic write-up, I think it says it all. Really nice blood on this, the elastic strap is nice, coming directly from the mold for $49.99. You guys already know how I feel about that. Personally, if you can get anything that's made directly off of a screen-use piece like that, with that kind of lineage for $49, $59, $69, can't really beat it. And I'll even say the red casted latex on this looks really, really nice. When we took a look at the Nicotero mask, I don't think I mentioned how I felt about the way it looked, but that mask is also cast in red latex, but the inside of it looks a lot more pink, whereas this does look nice, dark red. I'm gonna go ahead and say that personally, I do think this is one of the better Leatherface masks that Trick or Treat Studios has to offer. It is a fantastic replica of what it's supposed to be from the movie. So if you're looking to add one of these to your collection, I strongly recommend you pick one up directly from Trick or Treat Studios or one of them offers their products. And you may want to act soon, because at the time of doing this video, they currently only have one of these left in stock on their website. So yeah, with that being said, I think that about does it for today's video. I love you all. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and stay tuned for some more videos coming very soon, and I'll see you next time.